238. Start filling in the spaces by dividing. All right, so we're looking at this number, negative 238. So multiplying to that and adding to 3. So if it is even, you can cut it in half. So I know that 1 times 238 will give me that. Is these two numbers close to giving me 3? No. So I'm going to do 2 because it is even. I am going to cut it in half. So you're going to take the number 238. All right, think of money. How much money would you give me, or how would you give me $238? You can give me $200, then you can give me $30, then you can give me $8. Okay. Then that becomes really easy to cut in half. If I cut 200 in half, I'm going to get 100. 30 in half, I'm going to get 15. And 8 in half, I'm going to get 4. So you add it all up. So 100 plus 15 plus 4 is 119. So 238 cut in half, because I did individually, is 119. This is a listening check coloring 119. If I have a pizza that's 238 and I cut it in half, now I have 2 equal parts of 119. If I cut those 2 equal parts in a half again, I'm going to have now 4 equal parts. That means if I cut this in half, I get the 4. Can 119, is that divisible by 4? I mean by 2? Can I cut this in half? No. So that means 4 does not exist. Which means if I take these 4 pieces that I have and cut those in half, okay, so I cut every individual piece in half. How many do I now have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 also does not exist. 8 times something will not give me 238. If I take those 8 pieces and cut those in half, I'm not going to count them, but they're going to be 16. That also does not exist. So then I move on to the next number. So I go to 3. Okay, remember, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then you can divide by 3 or not. So let me check. 2 plus 3 plus 8. That's 5 plus 8 is what? 13. So 13. So it's not divisible by 3 or 9. So I can go ahead and cross out 3 and I can cross out 9. Okay, once again, if I look at my pizza slice, if I have 3 equal parts, okay, so 3 equal parts, whatever my answer for 3 is, and I cut that in half, I will now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So that means if I didn't get an answer for 3, I don't have an answer for 6. And if I don't have an answer for 6, if I take those and cut those in half, okay, it'll be 12. I also don't have an answer for 12. All right, so I move on to the next number, 5. If the last digit is a 0, then divide by 10. If the last digit is a 5, then divide by 5. Well, it's not a 5, so I can't divide by 5. So I can't divide by 5, and I can't divide by 10. So now I move on to the next one. So 7. Okay, I'm going to have to do long division for 7. So once again, if you don't know how to do long division, now is the time to learn. You put 7 outside, 238 inside. 7 goes into 2, it doesn't. 7 goes into 23, it goes 3 times. 7 times 3 is 21. Subtract that, 23 minus 21 is 2. Bring down this 8. 7 goes into 28 4 times. 4 times 7 is 28. Subtract 28 from 28, you get 0. So 7 times 34 is 238. So 7 times 34. Okay. And again, you do my pizza slices to get the double. So if I took a pizza slice, this is a listening check, coloring this pizza slice, and I split it into 7 equal parts. I guess I should do it then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 equal parts. And I take that pizza and I cut every single one of those slices in half. I'm going to have 14 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pieces, which means if I take the number with the 7, 34, cut that in half. And remember, if you can't cut this in half off the top of your head, you can break it into money. Give me $34. You're going to give me probably $30 and $4. Cut 30 in half, that's 15. Cut 4 in half, that's 2. So half of 34 is 17. So it's going to be 14 slices. So 14 slices and that's going to be 17. And remember, we're looking for a number that's close to what? 3. So far we were really off, but 14 and 17 looks like it could be it. So when you find one that could be it, it doesn't mean it necessarily is, you're going to write out the two numbers. So 14 and 17. Then you're going to play with the signs. Okay, so I needed to multiply to be negative and add to be positive 3. If I add these as is, it's too big. So that means I need to subtract, but I need positives to win. So that means this needs to be positive and this needs to be negative. All right, then my final step is to check my answer. So check that negative 14 times 17 and negative 14 plus 17. All right, negative times a positive will give me a negative 238. Negative meets positives, they're going to fight. Positives are going to win by 3. So that is correct. It multiplies to that and adds to that. Okay. We'll do that last one, we're using a calculator, but it's the same kind of process. You're doing, same thing. 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times 6. This is a listening check. Put a circle around the number 4. It's 252. All right, so 1 times 252, that's not close to 4. If I divide that by 2, we'll get 126. If I do 252 divided by 3, and I'm just going to get 84. And it's not even close. I'm looking for it to be close to 4. So these numbers are not close yet. All right, 252 divided by 4, 63. Still the numbers aren't close. So 252 divided by, well, I know it doesn't go by 5, but I'll show you. It's a decimal, so that doesn't work. Divide by 6, 252 divided by 6, 42. Again, it's still not close because I needed to add to 4. And you see, this process is really long. That's why I like my pizza slices, because if I have 2, I will know 4. If I have 4, I will know 8. If I know 8, I will have 16. Okay, so if I have 2, half of 126 will give me 4. Half of 126 will give me 4. See, half of that will give me 8. So 8 must not go into it, and I'll check it. 252 divided by 8. So you get a decimal. If 8 doesn't go into it, 16 is also not going to go into it. This way I don't have to check every single number. All right, same thing with 3. 84 divided by 2 will give me 6. See? Divided by 2 will give me what? 12. 12. So this one is 21. But again, the long way is to just keep going. 252 divided by 7. Press enter. 36. 252 divided by 9. Press enter. 28. We're getting closer, but we're still really far from 4. 10 doesn't go into it. 11, so 252 divided by 11. Decimal, so it doesn't work. 252 divided by 13. Decimal, so it doesn't work. 252 divided by 14. 18. Oh, we're close right here. All right, so the two numbers might be 14 and 18. So once you get your two numbers, write them down. 14 and 18. And then play with the signs. I need it to be positive 4. So I can't add them together. One needs to be negative, and I need the positive to win. So 18 needs to be positive and this negative. All right, then check it. So we're checking negative 14 times 18 and negative 14 plus 18. All right, so you just simply put that in the calculator. Negative 14 times 18 is negative 252, which is what I'm looking for. And then negative 14 plus 18 is positive 4, which is what I'm looking for there. So this is correct. Okay. So some questions are going to give you a calculator, some they won't. You need to know how to do it both ways.